Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in to Switch Force Radio. We put the finishing touches on CommentForce, and after a week away, we're back in your ears, at your eyes, up inside your brains. I've got Jake and Gabe. I am your host, Zach, and we are taking a sentimental and emotional journey through the comments that you did leave. Kicking things off with Jorge Gaming and a terrible tale. I accidentally bent my Switch in my backpack, and it wouldn't fit in my dock. I had to forcefully pop it back into its less bent form, and it started to fit into the dock again. With a bit more bending back, it finally fit, and I played for 6 hours straight in Breath of the Wild. It worked like usual, aside for one game crash, which was unusual, but I hope it was the software and not a bending problem. I really need Nintendo to release a system transfer option. In case it gets worse, I have an option to transfer all my data and save my new Switch, and my saves to a new Switch if I need to get one.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath.
I'm curious how the heck he bent it, because it's a pretty sturdy, like, the screen and system itself, that black part is pretty dang sturdy that I don't really know how you bend it.
The screen's plastic, actually, so I don't know how sturdy it is. It is
Well,
plastic,
Gabe, you try to pick up your Switch right now, pick up that screen, and try to just start bending it. Like, I'm sure cracking it or, like, snapping it, but bending? What?
George, that is really unfortunate, but I wouldn't hold my breath on the system transfer thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Nintendo's very quick to address these things. I'm sorry about your Switch.
Yeah, and whatever bent it, please be careful, whether it was a book or a unlucky placement.
If it was a book, just never carry a book with you again, and you'll be all right.
Who needs reading when you have games?
Yeah.
That's a dangerous statement.
We don't endorse this. Ray Bradbury is a cool guy, but I don't like his future. Anyhow, sorry about your bent, Jorge. Hope everything stays in shape. And I kind of brought this comment to light because I think, as we've never heard of anyone bending their Switch, I think a lot of the issues are kind of very local. And I've seen a bunch of people say on Twitter, like, oh, God, I'm worried about buying a Switch because of all the issues. I don't really think they're that big of a deal.
This isn't a 3 red lights situation in any way.
No.
So stuff happens, whatever. I can see the Switch getting scratched. The Joy-Con thing is an issue. The Wi-Fi thing is an issue, but the Wi-Fi thing's being addressed. I wouldn't worry about too much. I have no problems with my Switch at all.
Yeah, so if you're on the fence, hop off that fence. It's probably hurting your butt.
Sure.
Mr. Cooper comes in with a little bit of love, saying, I love this channel's content. I mean, they're truly doing a great job with the Switch, giving us what we like to hear, providing interesting content in each new video, and I hope that they keep it up. I return to this channel every day to see every new video they make. Love you guys. Keep up the great work. Just thought I'd show some support after reading the comments, plus I haven't commented on any videos yet. Thank you very much, Mr. Cooper. We do appreciate your love, and we are trying to continue to deliver, and I'm glad that it's working for you.
Thank you, Cooper.
Thank you.
Charlie B211, yo, I love 21 Pilots, says, that intro is just too clean. What an awesome intro.
I really
thank you.
like his username. It's quite extensive and specific. Even has little crosses through the O's.
Yeah, the Charlie B thing made it sound like, he was a certain type of person, but then the yo, I love 21 Pilots makes it seem like he's a whole other type of person. Maybe he's 2 people. We don't know.
Maybe it's an ensemble.
Maybe.
Either way, shout out to T-God Design, who is the fantastic man who made our intro. We'd been talking to him for a while. He put it together. Turned out perfect. We didn't even need any adjustments. It was that good. So big props to him. We'll put a link to his channel in the description in case you have any future intro needs. He definitely runs reasonable rates, puts out quality work, and was very, very nice and easy and professional to work with. So 10 thumbs up, and we only have 6. So 4 of those are
I just want to say thank you to everybody else that commented about the intro, because we had a lot of comments about that. So, shout out to you guys as well, not to just single Charlie B here, even though Charlie B, I think we love you the most because you love 21 Pilots.
Exactly. All right. Blake Hansen says, double Switch Force out. I see you. And I like this comment because in one of my recent videos, sometimes the audio at the end of an audition recording will duplicate itself.
Will it?
And occasionally I leave it in just to see who watches the whole video. And I was surprised that people like Blake and a whole bunch of others noticed it, because the only way you know it is if you got to the very end of the video. So sometimes I like to do weird stuff and leave it to the very end of the video just to see who gets there. And then all the people that talk about it, we're part of a cool club because no one else understands what's going on.
Who's the leader of the club? Is it Jake?
Blake Hansen.
Ooh, all right, Blake. You better lead this club to victory.
Blake, you are the leader of the Last Second Squad.
Ooh,
Stay tuned for more screwy things.
Yes.
Ivan Ramos commenting on our Play and Switch Different Places video says, play the Switch in a Chuck E. Cheese. They'll probably kick you out for bringing in your own games, which I thought was like a hilarious concept. And I was thinking, okay, I went to Chuck E. Cheese a lot when I was little, but I never at that time, maybe I had a Game Boy Color, I just didn't think to bring it, but imagine that, bringing a Switch to Chuck E. Cheese.
I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese.
You're like violating the golden coin.
Gabe has never been to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
wait, Gabe, you've never been to Chuck E. Cheese?
No, there's one like 15 minutes away from me too.
Gabe, can you go please and play Switch and see if you get kicked out?
Sure, I'll do that for you guys. I'll report back on whether a giant mouse comes and kicks me out.
I just think also you need to experience Chuck E. Cheese. We were talking about this recently, Gabe. There's so many things that are almost, I would deem, critical to life, like applesauce.
What?
And Chuck E. Cheese that you don't know about.
Well, I know about them. I just don't want to experience them.
Are you going to experience Chuck E. Cheese before the end of the year?
I can't make any promises, but maybe.
Okay. Well, if any of you bring your Switch to Chuck E. Cheese, please send us a photo. Actually, we'd love to see any photos that you have, so you can tweet us those. Twitter.com/TheSwitchForce. Make sure you add that THE, or you can tag us on Instagram, Instagram.com/SwitchForce. All that info is always in the description.
Or put it in a paper airplane and throw it to us.
Yeah, that one too. Or put it on the Switch. Oh, there's no Miiverse. Burn, 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 burn. Anyhow, find a way to get us your pictures. We'd love to see where you're playing. Aha Blow has a great comment. It's about the cost of cartridges inherently being more to produce than Blu-ray. He says, maybe if they didn't bother with the bitterness, it would be cheaper. And JoJo says, yeah, that's true. I wonder how much that stuff costs. So I need to take a poll from you guys, Jake and Gabe. What is the cost of extreme bitterness?
I would think it'd be like a price reduction. Like
No,
they probably left some extra chemicals in the plastic to make it taste awful.
No, I think it's
a specific bittering agent.
I know,
Yeah,
I was
it's like-
joking. I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah, no, but we don't know. I don't know. Maybe it adds like 50 cents or something. I don't. Who the hell knows?
It's probably like a drop. It's probably not even that much. But I like his idea.
I do want to say that we saw someone on Reddit say or claim that they had a heart attack induced by the taste. So please refrain from licking your Switch cartridges. It's tempting, but I really think it's better to avoid
I'm
in case of any
glad
potential
we never
issues.
did it.
Yeah, we were very close, and then I read that and I was like, I'd rather have Switch Force stay intact because, as we've seen from Zelda games, once one piece of the Triforce goes missing, it's very hard to ever get them back in the same place for long.
Spoilers, come on.
Abigail says, oh God, that looks precarious. When I get my Switch, I'll treat it as my first child. If it goes in the car, it's getting its own booster seat and seat belt. I'm glad you guys are making a ton of vids because I'm not getting my Switch until after May exams. So these are doing a good job of keeping my Nintendo hype up without getting BOTW spoilers left and right. First of all, Abigail, you are quite the sweetheart for taking care of your Switch so well. I hope that you tuck it in at night, give it its binky, and feed it some Jozos in the morning.
What's a Jozo?
Jozo is, again, Gabe, your life we need to take you places.
What is a Jozo?
It is the Trader Joe's equivalent of Cheerios.
What is a Joe? It's like the life-saving ring that you throw into somebody when
Yeah.
they're drowning.
Yep, this is a Joe. But it's like the outer space version.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea. I'm being enlightened all over the place.
All right. Anyhow, Abigail, I'm glad we're able to keep you up to date. We've really tried to avoid the spoilers. Occasionally, we will throw Breath of the Wild footage in, but it's never anything like dungeon or boss or Ganon or story. It's always just
Except for your
random.
one that is about the boss, and you clearly labeled
Okay,
it
well,
about the
yeah,
boss.
the one that's about the boss. Anyhow.
Which I have issue with that video, but we'll talk about that off screen.
All right, Whoppers. You guys ever have Whoppers? You have Whoppers, Gabe?
No.
Wait, there's two types of
Golly.
Whoppers. There's the candy, and then there's like the Burger King Whopper.
This is very obviously about the candy. I've had the Burger King one. I haven't had the candy. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, Zach was asking if you ever had Whoppers. I've had these Whoppers.
Yeah.
I've had these Whoppers. I've never had a Whopper.
Yeah, I've had a Whopper, never had these Whoppers.
Ooh. Okay.
Which Whopper did you whop when you wanted to Whopper?
Who are the 11% who did not buy Zelda with the Switch? Are they insane?
Yes, that is the answer. They are insane.
This was on the video discussing the 89% attach rate, which most people were not surprised by at all. And, I don't know that I was surprised, but I was impressed that it had that high of an attach rate just because you have to figure that there's some people that have different tastes.
But I'm just curious, there wasn't a lot else to play, like, when it came out.
Yeah,
so
I thought it was gonna be higher. To be honest,
even if you don't love Zelda, it's a good game and it's getting insanely good scores. So why wouldn't you just buy it as well? Like, did you just go and buy Bomberman? Like, I guess.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be higher. The 89% surprised me.
89 is basically 9 out of 10 people. That's pretty dang high, I think.
I seriously thought it was gonna be like 95% of people bought this.
But you realize that, like, even like Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, which had to most people very few great games, was 50.
No, I understand that, but just like the simple fact that there was like no other big game, like.
My interesting point is, will there be a day where the attach rate of Zelda and Mario cross streams?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, obviously Zelda's gonna have an insane lead, but do you think come like holiday 2018, Mario takes the advantage?
I don't know. It's possible.
Mario's a bigger seller.
Yeah, of course.
In general, therefore, you would think that over time, I just don't know if the lead Zelda had and sort of the way the lineup is structured is going to prevent that from ever happening.
That'll be interesting to keep track of for sure.
All right. Jesse Flowers found Jake very interesting. He said, excellent review. This was a really well done video. I look forward to more reviews from you, Jake. So, Jake, you're on tap for more.
Bad news.
More
He's
coverage.
never doing them again.
Wow, Gabe. Speak for yourself, sir.
No, you are forbidden. You cannot do them anymore. We cannot let Jesse Flowers win.
This is on Jake's Spectre Night review. And I thought it was a really quality review as well. And, we've been trying a mixture of content, some Let's Plays, some reviews, some unboxings, some discussions, and I think we're going to keep it up in terms of that style of variety. So as long as there's games, there will be reviews.
There will be games.
I think I know what game I'm tapping Jake on next. I just asked for a review code for it today.
Does it start with an H?
Nope, it starts with an S.
Helicopters.
Ooh, that's coming. We could just say it's the game, right? It's
Snail mail.
Snake Pass.
It's Snake Pass.
I feel like, Jake, your name just makes you like the ideal fit for Snake Pass.
Welcome to Jake Pass.
Just Snake. Cecily says, please Nintendo release a remaster Wii Sports. I thought this was interesting because this was on the video where we talked the pointer functionality of the Switch without a sensor bar.
Another Jake joint.
Yeah. A lot of people were commenting that this opens the door for Wii titles. I wondered,
but I don't know.
Do you think they'd ever dip their toes and kind of like just making the Switch like the all system? I mean, we always wanted that and never gotten it.
Well, wait. It'll just be on Virtual Console probably. Like, I don't think they're gonna like re-release all these things.
No. Yeah, but Virtual Console in the past has been very limited. Sure. Is there a chance that Switch, with its portability, its hybrid factor, they decide to just make this like the doomsday device and it's the Nintendo Forever system?
It's an accountability booster.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna put every single.
No, there's no way.
Not every, but a selection.
I don't know if Wii Sports was.
But there's already a selection of stuff on Wii U actually, like Wii Virtual Console stuff, or like not Virtual Console, but you can like play the Wii games and like you can download them.
I just think it'd be super cool if the Switch had the ability to download from NES.
The only thing I want from like Wii U era that I can think of right now off the top of my head is I want Nintendo Land so we can play Mario Chase on a Switch.
Oh, but there's like Pikmin 3.
Sure, but I just want Mario Chase.
Sword. There's Wii Sports. I would play Wii Sports Resort again.
Okay.
I thought this was interesting. Let us know if you would like any Wii games or if that era is just dead and gone to you. Henry S. comes in with a comment that I wanted to address. It says, wow, you basically just re-upload Game Explains videos. And I've seen a couple of these throughout the week. And I wanted to make a formal response here. Mm-hmm. Two things. One, news is news is news. I mean, if you go to CNN, Fox News, NBC, ABC, New York Times, Washington Post, like, you're going to get the same thing with a different take. And the same goes for game news. So whether it's GameSpot, Giant Bomb, IGN, Game Explain, Switch Force, a million of other outlets, you're going to have a lot of repeat. But I will tell you that we aren't like aggressively watching Game Explain or like following them. I don't even know if Jake and Gabe even follow them on Twitter. Nope. And therefore, half the time we're doing, 90% of the time we're doing this stuff with no knowledge of what anyone else is doing because it's happening in real time, and therefore it's like, oh, their video went up 45 minutes before, or our video went up a few hours before, or theirs went up a few hours before, and there's no like, oh snap, we gotta replicate that. it's just like in the same way that walkthrough channels, like, oh, they posted Mass Effect and they posted Mass Effect and they posted Mass Effect. Not re-uploading. It's just everyone getting their take, their opinion, their coverage of the games or of the updates or of the news or of the releases.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I feel like this is a little bit silly, because there are times that we post stuff first and then Game Explain does it, and our thoughts are never, oh, Game Explain copied us. Like, we're both covering like the same system for the most part, so yeah, there's going to be overlap. And if you like our personalities better, come watch us. If you like them better, go watch them. It's all good.
Or watch all of it.
Do they do
different
crazy
takes.
Mario marble puzzles? No.
Yeah, and to be clear, we have no like negative feelings towards that Game Explain, really. Like, I frankly, I've seen 2 of their videos in my life.
Yeah, so we're not looking to replicate. We're just kind of doing our own thing. The material we're covering just happens to be identical because we're both covering Switch. And
but
we're
be
both
on the
covering...
lookout for our new channel, Switch Explain, though.
Steve, oh my gosh, you're like digging ruts with all this sarcasm. We need like a sarcasm button that you can hit.
Not your account, now leave. Wow, that's a grouchy Jigglypuff. Says the Switch needs eShop music and music on the menu. Okay, the eShop doesn't bother me that much. I know that's like a nostalgia thing for people and they want that back. The menu sometimes, though, like,
quiet.
Very often I feel like I don't have the correct audio inputs plugged in because I hear nothing.
That happens to me too.
And like
it's just kind of like clean.
But sometimes you'll even move like the stick and the little noises won't even happen.
Yeah.
It gets to this like Twilight Zone where it's just like dead silent, and I always worry if I'm going deaf.
I'm in the camp that believes that we also need that eShop music, man. We need it. We need it in our lives.
I don't really think it's much of an issue. You guys must have very like boring lives that this is your top concern.
Not top, but I think it adds some charm.
Your iPhone doesn't have music when you're in like your main like phone screen, or like your Android is like playing music while you're trying to decide what apps you're trying to click on.
To be fair, I can play music on my iPhone while I'm doing all that. Cannot do that on the Switch.
Okay, well, you're on the menu screen. If you're on the menu screen for like an extended period of time where you need music, then you need to make decisions quicker.
All I gotta say is we need to christen this system with some music. I want the official Switch track. I want the soundtrack of Switch. I'm gonna get it on vinyl.
Okay,
do it.
Jono, it's you. That's one of my best friends. Jono Daz says, quality video, Switch Force. Wasn't too keen on downloading Binding of Isaac, but a physical manual, I'm interested. With all that wasted space, I think manuals, fold-out posters, little art books, stuff like that would be really cool and nice to come with Switch physical games. And this is referencing the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, which has some stickers, a instruction manual that is almost replicating the Legend of Zelda instruction manual, and a reversible cover. And I think it's like cool that, I don't know, there is a certain Nintendo nostalgia for me with instruction manuals because I used to collect SNES, NES booklets, and I would love to see more games doing this and just want to know what you guys thought.
It's a waste of paper.
All right, so the environmentalist Jake says it's a waste of paper, but honestly, I don't think it's going to happen too often. The only reason it happened for Binding of Isaac is because it's a limited run. This isn't something that's going to be happening for every game.
But it would be swell, and I think like the way, I know environmentally it makes no sense, but
yeah, it's not going to make
I feel like that
either way.
I feel like that paper is going to get printed some way or another, so I'd rather have the booklet than not.
Yeah, but just understand that we're not going to get them very often.
Let's start up a Switchverse petition for a Mario Odyssey booklet.
Weird when you think about like how inconsistent that is, though. Like this one's
like
gonna
they
have a
have
this one's not going to have a manual. This one's
they have the holders for it, which is what's weird to me. Why have the holders if 99% of the time you're not going to utilize them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Jono, I agree. I really like that physical stuff. I think it gives it like a, I don't know, it gives it like a hardcore.
I think they should make one case that when you open it, it's like either like a singing card or like something pops out at you or something like that. I think that'd be much more useful.
All right.
Yeah, forget
Mario
the music in
like,
the menus. Put the music in the cases.
There we go. Now, problem solved. Oh boy, we have come full circle. Caden Leu says, how come I'm always early to Switchforce videos? I don't even have notifications on.
Turn them on. Be earlier.
You just have...
We have a spy in our midst. This guy knows when we're uploading without even having notifications on.
Tell me when we're uploading, because half the time I don't know when we're uploading.
Yeah, can you please let us know, because we need to get more on track with that. Anyhow, if you want to stay up to date and be early on stuff, the best way is to turn on the notification bell because that will guarantee that you are going to hear about everything as soon as it happens, which is a smart thing to do if you want to be like Caden.
And who doesn't?
I do worry that he's a mole, though. With all this wiretapping talk lately, all the spy. Has anyone seen a turtle pass by lately?
Stepped on one the other day.
Any turtles get too close for comfort?
No strawberries.
Eddie R comes in with my favorite comment of the day, because I think it's a discussion worth having. What they need to do is release a holiday bundle with either Zelda or Mario. It will sell like crazy. And so I throw it to you to which game would be the better bundle,
Mario.
And do you think either of them happen?
Mario, maybe, but not likely.
Yeah, I don't think we get... Nintendo's not known for doing, like, bundles very often, other than, like, pack-in games. Like, that's not a thing that they do.
I mean, they have done bundles.
Oh, of course, but it's not like on Xbox where they have, like, a bundle for, like, literally everything that comes out.
Oh, sure. So you don't think there's any likelihood that, we have 9 months of lead up and then, bam, we get a bundle?
No, I don't think so.
If we were to get a bundle, which game
Mario
would you think it's Mario?
Yeah, for sure. Why would you dig through back to March to pull out Zelda?
Because you'd throw Zelda in as the bundle so that Mario is your seller.
Yeah, like if there is a bundle, it won't be Mario because that is a game that they want to sell for $60. They're not gonna unless the bundle costs $360, and then there's no point in it being a bundle. So whatever.
Oh, we're talking about throwing it in as a throwing game and not changing anything else.
Well, that's usually what at least I'm thinking about Microsoft. Like when Microsoft does bundles, like right now, they just like.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna give a free Mario game. That wouldn't make any sense.
I'm saying for $300 come holiday, they're packing a game in.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely no way it's Mario
or Zelda. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Why would you put one of your two biggest games for free, basically?
Well, if they feel like they've sold, let's say by the end of the year, I don't know, 10 million Switches.
No, because there's enough people that even in our comments they're saying I'm waiting until holidays, or like kids that are waiting until holidays to get it. That there's gonna be enough people who still haven't played Zelda. I think that it would be.
Do you think that they do a 1-2 Switch bundle?
That'd be nice.
That they should do now. Like
or
do
ARMS.
That right now. No, not ARMS. Just make it 1-2 Switch. Stop selling that game.
Stop being so negative.
I'm not being negative. I'm just saying give that game to people so they can enjoy that.
Gabe, you don't even like the game.
So. Doesn't mean
what about Mario Kart? Too big of a seller.
No, yeah, too big of a seller. Like I really think it'll. If they're gonna have like a pack-in, 1-2 Switch is the only option.
I just wonder if they may want to get really ahead. They lay the groundwork. They have a great first 9, and then they're like, hey, I want to make sure that we stay out in front of PlayStation 4 this holiday, out in front of Scorpio, and PS4 is already at $250, so they could even go lower. They could bundle in, a few different things. So why not throw in a game to effectively bring the system down to $250 without having to charge $250?
I think they should bundle in Mario, but up the price a little bit and make the Switch a different color or different color, like special different color Joy-Con that you can only buy and get in that bundle. That's what I would do.
Yeah, like a Zelda console bundle that had a different Joy-Con design would be interesting. Or Mario.
Mario makes more sense.
Do you think that we'll get different Joy-Con bundles by holiday?
I hope so.
Nintendo is so sporadic, it's not even worth theorizing.
Maybe that's what they do. Maybe it's not a game pack-in. Maybe they just come out with like a, fall 2017 edition that instead of having like neon red and neon blue has like old school Nintendo gray and red or something.
I would love to know like how much the profit margin is on the Joy-Con. Like, okay, you're selling them for $80. How much does it cost for you to make? And like, is the plan really to just sell like a bunch of like different cool colors and designs? Because if these things are like super profitable for them, I can definitely see them do it. So I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I think I would love to see a pack-in game because I think that would move consoles quite tremendously. I mean, they're already moving really well though, so maybe they don't need to. But I think it would be interesting, and they've done it so often with 3DS, DS to give us just like a fall edition colorway. Like, no new game. The console's the same. It's just, instead of the neon red, neon blue, or the two grays, it's just like a different set of two Joy-Con in there.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Thanks, Eddie. Rob says, perhaps Nintendo should focus on doubling the build quality of this console given all the widespread issues. This was in regards to them doubling production. And we started the episode off with this, but I wanted to touch back on it. I really don't think the issues are as widespread as some people make them out to be. And so, again, when you see things about the screen scratching, when you see things about, the Joy-Con, I haven't seen a whole lot on that since the console released even. And the Wi-Fi, I mean, they're all certifiable issues, but are they widespread?
I mean, mine's okay. I've taken mine to various places without a case, and I haven't had any issues with it.
We live in a weird echo chamber where any little thing just kind of gets blown up, and a snowflake turns into a snowball, which turns into a giant snowball, and it just keeps
turns
going.
into a snowman.
Yeah.
Dude, what are these metaphors?
My only thing is, some of these things get blown out of proportion, so we don't know that they're widespread. I personally haven't seen that many other people complain about it. On, for instance, Reddit. I'm not seeing a bunch of threads of people saying that, oh, my console is scratched, or oh, my Joy-Con don't work. We saw that in the beginning, and not so much anymore.
Yeah, that's their special holiday release, a padded dock.
I just think, again, to tie it back to the top of the hour, if you're worried about some of the issues, I wouldn't be, because most likely you're going to pick this thing up and have none of them. Especially not the ones that are system critical, like scratching the screen, or some of those weird. There was a video on YouTube of these weird buzzing, beeping sounds and bending stuff like that. It just is so few and far between. And Gabe's right, the echo chamber of the internet makes it seem like something, but this is not even close to the Red Ring of Death, or even some of the, PS4 even had some initial issues with yellow lights and things like that. And I don't know if this is even as widespread.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Jaruri Bakachan says, good and informative video. Thank you, Jake. Still thinking about if I'll get the messenger bag or the backpack. Any chance one of you will get the messenger bag to compare? I have it. I will be unboxing and reviewing it. But most importantly, Bakachan says, by the way, I had to watch the video twice. Could not get my eyes off of your arms. You are built, man.
If they only knew, Jacob.
Thanks. They knew what, Gabe?
How built you are. Nothing.
Your arms have earned us another view.
Yes.
Keep pumping the iron.
Yep.
Keep it up.
I work out for views. That's even my new shirt.
We'll double our views as long as everyone's in love with your arms.
Okay, well, yeah, the messenger bag thing is coming, by the way.
Yes. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Whip Zach into shape and making it.
I will get it out soon. Creative Monkey says, I have a question. Since your channel is made for the Switch topic, I'm wondering what will happen to this channel after there is no Switch topics, or once they release a new console. And again, I have seen a bunch of these this week, and I just want to address the channel was created with the intention of being a post-launch channel. We just happened to start it early to kind of get ourselves prepared and get into the swing of making videos together and understanding how it was going to work with 3 people in different places and all that. So the main goal of the channel is what it is now, which is covering all the stuff that actually exists instead of just
he's saying, what happens when they put out a new console? He's thinking down the road, in years already.
I think SwitchForce will. Well, first of all, I don't think Switch is going to be replaced anytime soon.
Right, that's what I was just saying.
So I think that's fine, and I think SwitchForce
is adaptable.
It can ultimately evolve and change. And we will always be the SwitchForce. We can still play 3DS or whatever. But regardless, we got lots of stuff cooking in the oven. So worry not, Cookie Monster, you creative monkey. I had a cake that looked like that for my 2nd birthday. Gabe, do you ever have anything on your cake?
I don't like cake. You know this.
Gosh. Again, with the missing out on life. You need more life.
It would appear so.
Devin R. says, I think the system was a little rushed, but I'm glad they stuck with the March release. I fear it wouldn't have done well against the new Xbox upgrade. Plus, with the March release, they have all year to build their library up for the holiday buyers. I just hope we have VC by E3 at the latest. And obviously, this was in reference to, was the system rushed, a recent video. And I thought, his sort of take on it was spot on.
Yeah, there's no way that they could have released this holiday with Scorpio coming, because that's...
they could have. The idea is totally different.
Well, of course, but people are going to compare them, and inevitably people will be negative on the Switch because it's not as powerful, and that becomes an issue that I don't think anyone wants to deal with.
I think from a whole nother perspective, I think it's cool that they're getting out for like the summer months where a system that's all about portability and sharing with friends and stuff will hit, and you'll have a couple months before people get out of school, and then in summertime it seems like a little thing, but like going out and playing it outdoors or with your friends, having people over when kids aren't in school and stuff like that, or people from college are back home or whatever. Like I think it's an interesting thing as opposed to having to go through all the winter months. It's like almost like people get more happy in the like summertime, so they have the Switch with them. I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea.
I think we absolutely do get Virtual Console E3.
I don't feel as confident about that as Zach does, but I hope we do.
I think the only reason it's not there is so that they can have another and look what we're adding: Mario Kart, Splatoon, ARMS, Virtual Console. I feel like it's omitted just to be another feature drop.
Yeah, it's definitely like a strategic omission. Like that, I'm sure that's it.
All right, good thoughts there. Joseph comes in with something I found interesting. I'm really sad that as far as I've seen, there are challenges, sure, but no achievements. That is part of the reason I love the Steam version so much, just hundreds of achievements. Now, he's talking about Binding of Isaac specifically here. And he says, P.S. I know people are going to say that the Nintendo Switch doesn't have achievements in general, which is fine, but for a game like this, I still would hope they could build it into the game under challenges to add achievement lists. And in general, I just want to talk about a number of people, and I've seen a number of indie devs talk about this and address it on Twitter. Like, how hard would it have been for Nintendo to include achievements? And do you think that it would have been a really fun way to kind of modernize and, I don't want to say make right, but like do the fans right, basically?
I feel like it's a pretty standard feature that the competitors have that isn't probably that difficult to actually make happen. So I don't understand why they wouldn't do it.
I don't know. Achievements don't faze me. The achievements I like in games are to beat the game or to have fun in it. I don't really care about carrying. Well, I don't think
that's not what the question isn't. Do we care about achievements? Because I don't think any one of us do really. But there are people that do care. So like for them, how hard would it have been for Nintendo to have like a trophy system or an achievement system or whatever?
But they've never done that, and their games aren't like geared around that. So I don't know.
Oh, but it's so easy.
Yeah, but you can easily make it happen. You can make it happen.
Sure, it'd be simple, but like, why? I think that they are trying to keep themselves separate from from Microsoft and Sony. So why would they just try to be the same as their system and try to blend in more?
Here's my take on that. I think that achievements have become something almost like sort of a pat on the back. At least to me, I don't think, like in the Xbox 360 era, it was so crucial to me to acquire achievements. It was so important that I got games on 360 so that I could build my gamer score. It was so important that I got as close to 1,000 as I could, taking advantage of games that had easy ones and looking up, achievement guides. I feel like that era has passed for most people, and now it's just a nice reminder that you're doing a good job. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, when we were playing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, stuff pops up, and you're like, oh, okay, we're doing well. Oh, we must be getting better. Oh, we must blah, blah, blah. And so I feel like it's sort of like that subtle, like, voice in your head telling you you're doing well, and so some people miss that. But I don't think achievements in general really make or break anything anymore.
Well, and they have like the My Nintendo Rewards points that isn't really implemented in Switch, but I'm wondering if they somehow do that, and then that like is used not like in-game stuff like, oh, you completed 100 shrines in Zelda and you get whatever, but I don't know, for like visiting stuff or like updating your account or buying games and you get points and you can unlock like wallpapers for your Switch or new like whatever you call them, avatar pictures or stuff like that, instead of achievements.
Yeah, there's definitely ways they could incorporate and implement it, and we'll see if they do. I am hopeful that we get some new themes and avatar stuff soon. That would be cool. All right. Samuel Avery says, CommentForce, have Gabe play Switch in the bath with some lovely jazz music in the background.
Gabe, do you like jazz music?
It's okay.
Doesn't matter. You have to do it anyways.
All right.
Gabe,
can we make Gabe play jazz music in the bathtub instead? I like that one better.
I don't know how to play any instruments.
Can you play the saxophone, Gabe?
I'll learn just for you.
All right, good.
Let's make Gabe play jazz in the bath on the Switch.
Or let's have him, be on the Switch. Like a game. It's called Gabe's Jazz Jam.
Yep, in the bath.
Yep, and Gabe will be playing his own game in the bath. Beautiful.
Actually, Gabe, I want you to do your own rendition of "Put Down the Ducky" from Sesame Street.
Okay.
Where you are.
Gabe, have you experienced Sesame Street?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Good. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to keep doing some of the more fun Switch videos, so this is not off the table. CG Prime 649 says, I play the Switch in my car, at college, at work on my break. It's already taken the spot of my 3DS until Zelda and Bomberman wear out their welcome. I hope the Switch gets a good Kirby and Metroid game. And this is just like a fun little anecdote of a boy or a girl or a person that has a strange Arcanine orb for their avatar, and they take the Switch and play it wherever they may be. But one thing I did want to bring up that I thought was interesting, once Zelda wears out its welcome, do you think a lot of this Switch hype is going to sort of like take a back seat once people are done with Zelda?
For a little bit, but then E3's coming, and that can easily build the hype right back up. Hopefully ARMS.
I mean, and Mario Kart as well.
Yeah, Mario Kart ARMS might move the needle. Splatoon 2 might move the needle. So
yeah, I think it's also interesting, this comment, how they talk about like it taking the place of 3DS, and kind of, it's kind of an old conversation, but is it a handheld or is it a system, and kind of, or a console, like a home console. I think it's interesting that it's just the one person's perspective that it's already taking the place of their handheld.
Yeah, and I do think that it would have been great if Mario Kart was a couple weeks earlier, just to really help out people who are done with Zelda. But
go play Spectre Torment or something, or World of Goo. They're fun.
Snipper Clips.
Yeah,
Snipper Clips. Isaac. Fast RMX. Okay. Ace Sand says, dude, you look exactly like my favorite YouTuber, Ghost Trobo. Are you two related? And then Kazukama-chan says, it's his twin brother. Again, unless I have a long-lost twin brother that I don't know about, I'm clueless. Yeah. So apparently I have a look-alike. Apparently it's my twin brother. I'm nervous.
What if there's three of you, and you guys are the actual Triforce, and we just don't know
I need to have a talk with my parents.
All right.
I'm going to fly home and have a deep talk and say, what? Is there another me that I don't know about?
Yeah, no, this Ghost Robo guy keeps coming up, and it's sort of weird. I wish you guys would stop mentioning him.
Anyhow, Kazukama-chan, my twin brother. I'm gonna have to do some deep digging through the family trees.
Ancestry.com or whatever.
Yes. I need anyone have a gift card to Ancestry.com? A gift card. Lyric Thomas says, it wasn't rushed, it's a soft launch. I can't understand why more people aren't talking about that. The hard launch will be Q4 along with a much larger library and a lot of advertisement by word of mouth. So rushed is both correct and incorrect. We didn't exactly say the word soft launch, but I think this is basically what we were getting at, of that it's kind of a prep run, a dry run, and then, come holiday, they are all prepped and ready rather than trying to bust out 30 or 40 or 50 games in day one. Now you've had time to sort of build up MK8 Deluxe, ARMS, Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild, a whole bunch of indies, and now you've got this platform that is like literally oozing awesomeness, and you can sell it to everyone.
Just a fair warning, the Switch does not actually ooze anything, so...
Yet. Maybe after the soft launch, it will become a gooey launch.
All right.
Crazy Turtle says, this is referencing Sammy, the prisoner who lost his life to spoiling Zelda. Some say Sammy used his experience with Shovel Knight to dig through a wall to a power cable, and he is still there to this day. The person they found in his cell was really prisoner 3318, who died of sorrow because after Sammy left, he had no one to play Sniffle.
I love that this turned into some little fan fiction. This is great.
Amazing. If you didn't see the playing Switch in prison video, that's where this all originated.
Please go watch the playing Switch in prison video. It's a great video. Best one that we've ever done.
If anyone would like to hire my VO skills, I'm available for work. Let's see. Final comment of the day is just one that made me smile. The Raven Pirate says, I guess Switch Force is really adorable most of the time.
What does it even
What's
mean?
this in reference to?
This was on our Mario Ball game, Mario Odyssey training video.
Got it.
I can just picture the little Minecraft man saying that, or cube.
I was there, and I don't remember being adorable. So,
to me, his little avatar makes me think of rest in peace, like Professor Snape from the grave. Mm-hmm. Now with codename Raven Pirate.
Okay.
And he's admiring our videos. He's showing his soft side after all those years of making Harry cry.
Well,
I'm creating our own fan fictions. If you guys have any fan fictions or comments that you want to state, definitely comment on the videos. Leave them on the different things that we post, and you may be featured on CommentForce soon. This week was a very good one with a lot of great comments, and we are very glad and happy to have such an awesome community. And just as we've always said, we will continue making great quality content all about the Switch, all about the system, all about the games, all about the news, and we will not be stopping even though it has launched. One final note that I wanted to point out. So many people in our comments this week were saying that they cannot find a Switch. If we hear anything or know anything, we will try to help you out. But in the meantime, stay strong, stay vigilant, keep checking GameStop. It seems like that's one that's going to restock soonest. And stay strong, my friends. We'll try and fill you in the meantime. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be early. Caden's always early, but you can be even earlier than Caden if you grab that. And until next time, everyone, for myself, Jake, and Gabe, thanks so much for watching. That's a wrap on this week's episode of Comment Force. Switch Force out.